Growing up, I was very self-conscious of myself. I had a very hard childhood in some aspects. I actually got a scholarship for cheerleading my senior year, and I went to college to cheer. Because of my self-confidence level and how depressed I was, because I was always comparing myself to others, I ended up dropping out. I didn't even continue on with cheerleading. From there, I started getting into the college scene. Definitely didn't gain freshman 15, did freshman 30, and got up to about 180 pounds. You know, the drinking, the going out, the partying, the lifestyle was not on point. I was going down a path that didn't make mom and dad proud. Met my husband at the time, and we got married, and I had my first daughter, Carson, and it was hard. We were severely poor, broke as a joke, didn't have any money. Got into a lot of debt, about $30,000 in credit card debt. And then we ended up getting pregnant with our second daughter, and things just got worse. We ended up having to move into Section 8 housing, that's government housing, because of our income status, and bills were piling up faster than we could pay them. I was the mom that was scared to death to go to the grocery store because I didn't know if my debit card was going to be declined. And that's hard because, you know, having to buy formula for a newborn and hoping I can buy diapers. That was really hard, you know, not being able to provide great birthday gifts and great Christmas gifts. It just wasn't there. I didn't have that to give to my kids. And one night I was watching an infomercial and I saw this blonde girl jumping up and down, and she was doing turbo jam. I said, I want to do that. I want to jump up and down. I want to be happy. I was about 178 pounds, and I absolutely loved the program. I was on Facebook and I was on Twitter and I was talking about it. I was excited. I wasn't at my goal weight yet, and I was still feeling depressed because of our financial situation. I found Janelle Summers on Twitter, and we were conversating back and forth about my journey so far with Turbo Jam. I had already lost a little over 20 pounds with the program within the first couple of months. So she was asking me about my goals, you know, how much more I wanted to lose, asking me how I enjoyed the program. And eventually it went into, have you ever considered becoming a Beachbody coach? I went to my very first Team Beachbody event, and I was blown away when I walked in that door. I was watching these coaches, and they were telling their success stories, and not just physical stories, but they're telling their financial stories of being able to fire their boss and go home to their kids. And I wanted that so bad. So I left that event on fire. I hadn't been a part of something in so long, and I had lost myself through my college years and through getting married and having my first daughter, Carson, and then having my second daughter, Katie. I wanted to feel a part of something because that's what was missing for me. So I had my reservations because I didn't even think I could afford the $39.95. Actually, I knew I couldn't. I was late paying a bill just to sign up to become a coach. Within 5 weeks, I became a Diamond Beachbody coach. And this past year, I finally walked away from my very unhealthy marriage. I needed to walk away from that. I didn't take anything with me but my clothes, my daughter's clothes, and my car. And we were able to move. I was able to get a townhome and furnish the whole place by myself without credit cards, without asking for help. And that was the very first time I'd ever bought anything that was big and that meant something to me. I have paid off every single dime of that $30,000, all from Beachbody within the past 2.5 years. Which is so cool because I do not have a single credit card anymore. I cut them all up. For the first time in my life, I have a savings account, which is neat because I'm preparing for my daughter's future. I've got to put them in college. That feeling right there has been the highlight of becoming a Beachbody coach so far. It makes me feel like I'm doing the best I can as a mother.